What's up, guys? I don't remember testing computer keyboards on our channel Tech Brothers, but I cannot pass this one up. This is a mechanical modular keyboard from TMICE company. I have almost a complete set of this modular keyboard, specifically as the main keyboard, function pad, numpad and macro pad, visually workflow controller. But you can buy the docking station and customizable controller with knob additionally. By the way, the docking station looks very useful because it has multiple ports such as USB-C 1, USB-C 2, USB-A 1 and USB-A 2 to charge your devices. I will probably buy it later if I like the keyboard overall. My set includes a macro pad with 6 LCD keys and a rotating dial. You can set any apps or even games to these keys and quickly launch them with a single press. You know the numpad and function keys are not necessary for everyone, so this keyboard gives you the choice to use them or not. Talking about the keyboard itself, it has 68 keys and Akko cream yellow switches. These switches provide smooth and stable keystroke with no tactile bump or a click. It should be good for typing as well as gaming. We will check it out in this video, but let's start with unboxing. So the keyboard, functional bar, numpad and macro pad come in separate boxes, but they are all in the same design, which I really like. You can also read information about each of them on the back of the boxes. Let's first open the box with the keyboard. Here you will find the keyboard itself, with a removable magnetic stainless steel stand, a magnetic charging cable, and a user manual. I want to draw your attention to the high-quality packaging of the product. Opening the box, I felt that this was a premium device. I had the same pleasant impressions when unpacking the other items such as function pad, numpad and macro pad. As you can see, they all come with the user manuals. The numpad and macro pad have the same magnetic stainless steel stand as the keyboard. So my first impression of the TMICE X keyboard is that it is very heavy. To be honest, I didn't even expect this. The weight of the keyboard is 915 grams, but when you connect a function pad, numpad and macro pad, it will be 1590 grams. I think it is very heavy because of aluminum frame. To be precise, it is aerospace-grade aluminum 6063. The bottom of the keyboard and other items have silicone footpad. There is a protective film on them here, but I don't want to take them off just yet. You know, a heavy keyboard has both pros and cons. Among the advantages is that the keyboard feels premium as well as solid and durable. It is also more stable on the desk than lightweight plastic keyboards. Among the disadvantages is that a heavy keyboard is not very convenient to carry around. However, I only plan to use it at this desk, so I am fine with it. By the way, I found a picture on the official website of what the PCB looks like and in general what's inside this mechanical keyboard. Now I understand why it is so heavy and quite thick. Talking about the size, the dimensions of the TMICE X keyboard are 311.8 by 102.9 by 39.5 mm. I also like the metal footpad. Although it is made of smooth stainless steel and not aluminum craftsmanship like the keyboard, it feels and looks very nice. By the way, it is also quite heavy, 188 grams. There are magnetic connectors on the top and bottom of the keyboard. You can use them to connect a charging cable or other modular devices, such as a function pad. There are 2 more magnetic connectors on the sides for the numpad and macro pad. They all attach very quickly and securely. Only the macro pad falls off when the keyboard is shaken, while the function pad and numpad are very sturdy. When it comes to the design of the function pad, numpad and macro pad, they are made of the same aerospace aluminum as the keyboard. By the way, the keyboard has 68 keys, the function pad has 14 keys, numpad has 15 keys. and the Macro Pad has 6 keys and a knob. They are made of PBT, while the switches are Akko cream yellow. They are also hot-swappable. The keys on the Macro Pad are not the same as on the other pads because they have LCD screens. You can see the apps or games icons on these keys that you set on them. We will talk about how to do that a little later. In addition, the Macro Pad has a knob with a button on it. The knob makes a nice clicking sound when you turn it. Okay, now let's connect the keyboard and look at the software. The software for the TMICE X modular keyboard is called TMICE Deck, and you can download it from the official website. I will leave the link to it in the description under the video. It is available for Windows and Mac OS computers. The program is in English, but there are a few inscriptions here in Chinese. I think it is not a problem. First, we have a Create Pro tab, where we can customize keys on the Macro Pad. That's very easy to do. You just need to select an app or a function from the menu on the right, and then drag it to a key or a knob. There are many shortcuts available, which are divided into sections: TMICE Deck, Toolbox, Audio Player, and Operation Flow. By the way, scene lists are also available on the left, so you can create a set of keys for different tasks, such as photo editing, gaming, boost productivity, etc. As for the knob, it has fewer functions than on the keys. You can add hotkey, mouse events, and multimedia. The TMICE X modular keyboard supports fully customizable keys. For example, you can replace key 1 with key 5 or any other key. Numpad also supports key customizations, but I don't see a function pad here. It looks like they cannot be switched. There are also many lighting settings available in the software, such as lighting modes, brightness, speed, and a default color, as well as action list. This is a really useful software for keyboard customization. Now I want you to hear what this keyboard sounds like. Yes, typing on the TMICE X keyboard is quite noisy. If you use a keyboard in the office, the sound of it may annoy your colleagues. However, I personally like it. I enjoy the tactile and auditory feedback of this mechanical keyboard. The keys are very soft and they are very nice to press. You know, when I start typing, I cannot stop. I like the combination of the sound and the tactile sensation that I want to type more and more. You know, I mostly type on the keyboard because that's my job, but you can probably enjoy gaming on this modular keyboard as well. So that's my first mechanical keyboard, and now I don't know how or if I should even go to my regular keyboard. I really enjoy typing on the TMICE X because of tactile and auditory feedback. But the main advantages of this keyboard is its modular design. You can buy only the keyboard as well as a function pad, numpad, macro pad, and even docking station to it. They attach magnetically, so you don't need any cables. However, the keyboard itself is not wireless, but it also uses a magnetic charging cable. I think the Macro Pad is must-have for the TMICE X keyboard, because you can set any app, game or function on its keys. It is very useful for gaming, photo and video editing, or boost productivity. Thank you for watching this video. See you soon!